SunRiver in St. George is not just one community. It's actually three completely different neighborhoods. And most buyers don't realize that until after they move in. And here's the problem. Choosing the wrong one can completely change your lifestyle, your amenities, and even how much you enjoy living there. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down all three so you know exactly which one actually fits you. My name is Todd Carpenter, your friend in real estate here in St. George. And if you're thinking about making a move to Southern Utah, especially in a 55+ community like SunRiver, I've helped hundreds of people navigate that exact decision, and I'd love to help you do the same. So if you have questions as you're watching, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. Now let's start by breaking down how SunRiver is actually divided, because that is where most buyers get it wrong. Let's start with the main and largest section of the community, which is SunRiver itself. This is where it all began back in 1998, and today makes up the majority of the homes in the community. One thing you'll notice right away is that there are actually two different series of homes here. The newer series tends to sell for a premium, and that's mainly because of the updated floor plans, more modern finishes, and a slightly more open feel compared to the original builds. Now here's where a lot of buyers make a mistake. They focus on the house, but in SunRiver, the lot location can impact value just as much as the floor plan. You'll find homes backing directly to the golf course, others with elevated lots and unobstructed desert or mountain views, and those premiums can vary quite a bit depending on placement. Another feature you'll see throughout SunRiver is detached casitas. These are incredibly popular. They're perfect for visiting family, but a lot of homeowners also use them as offices, hobby spaces, or even art and music studios. And as you're driving throughout the neighborhood, don't be surprised to see golf courts everywhere. It's a fully golf cart friendly community, and honestly, it's one of the most convenient ways to get around. And in just a second, I'm going to show you which part of SunRiver most people overlook, but probably shouldn't. Now, the heart of SunRiver, the thing that really anchors the entire community, is the recreation center. It's over 35,000 square feet and packed with amenities. Indoor and outdoor pools, a full fitness center, ballroom, billiards room, library, computer room, you name it. And then you've got what I call the big three: golf, pickleball, and tennis. The SunRiver Golf Club is one of the most playable courses in Southern Utah, meaning it's actually fun to play and not just challenging. Residents get preferred rates and tee times, which makes it easy to get out regularly. Pickleball is huge here. You've got 14 courts, and it's one of the biggest social draws in the community. And if tennis is more your speed, there are 3 full-size courts, all set against really nice mountain backdrops. Beyond that, there are over 60 clubs and hobby groups, everything from woodworking to pottery to fitness classes. So it's really easy to stay active and connected here. And one of the most underrated benefits, the HOA takes care of your front yard landscaping. So instead of spending your time doing yard work, you can actually enjoy everything the community has to offer. Now at this point, most people assume the HOA is going to be really high, but this is where SunRiver surprises a lot of buyers. All of those amenities come in at about $180 a month. And when you look at home prices, there's a pretty wide range. You can find smaller homes in the low to mid 300s, and larger homes, especially with views, bigger lots, or pools, can push up into the high 800s. One quick tip here: don't filter out 2-bedroom homes when you're searching online. A lot of them include flex spaces that can easily function as a 3rd bedroom, and if you filter them out, you'll miss some really solid options. Now that gives you a clear picture of the main SunRiver community, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Next, let's talk about the second neighborhood, the Reflections, and why this is where a lot of buyers end up when they want more privacy and better views. This is a gated section of the community that sits up on a knoll, which means many of the homes here take advantage of elevated sightlines, whether that's golf course, desert, or mountain views. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds better already, you're not alone. A lot of buyers start in SunRiver and end up in here instead. The Reflections started around 2006 and features newer home designs compared to the original SunRiver builds, along with some semi-custom options. Homes here typically range from about 1,900 square feet up to over 3,700 square feet. But there is a trade-off you need to be aware of, and this is where some buyers hesitate. With that upgrade in location and design, you also see a jump in pricing, generally starting in the high 600s and going all the way past $1.3 million for the premium rim lot properties. But what really sets the Reflections apart is the feel. It's quieter, a little more private, and just feels more tucked away compared to the main community. And then you have the amenities. In addition to full access to SunRiver's main clubhouse, Reflections has its own private clubhouse and pool. And this is one of the hidden gems in the entire area. The Infinity Edge pool overlooks the golf course with Pine Valley Mountain in the distance. It's one of those spots where people come out for a quick swim and they end up staying for hours. As of June 2026, HOA dues here are about $286 a month. That includes everything from the main SunRiver amenities, plus the private Reflections clubhouse and pool, front yard landscaping, and maintenance of the gated entry. So if you're someone who wants all the activity of SunRiver, but with a little more space, privacy, and elevated views, the Reflections tends to hit that sweet spot. Now the third section is completely different, and honestly, it surprises a lot of people when they see it. I'm talking about the villas at SunRiver. This is a completely different product compared to the other two. The villas are designed more as a lock and leave lifestyle, with smaller lots, lower maintenance, and a more modern overall feel. You'll find both single-story and two-story twin homes here, with higher ceilings, updated finishes, and a noticeably newer design style throughout the neighborhood. And this is exactly why some buyers skip the other two sections entirely and go straight to the villas. Floor plans typically range from about 1,300 to 1,850 square feet, with 2 to 3 bedrooms and 2 to 3 bathrooms. And because of the smaller footprint, pricing is much more accessible, generally starting in the low to mid 400s and topping out around the mid 500s as of June 2026. So for a lot of buyers, this becomes one of the most affordable ways to get into the SunRiver lifestyle. Now, the villas does have its own set of amenities, but unlike the Reflections, it does not share access to the main SunRiver clubhouse. Now at first, some people see that and think it's a downside, but for the right buyer, it's actually a big advantage. Because the community is smaller, the amenities like the pool, spa, fitness center, pickleball courts, and clubhouse are typically less crowded and easier to use. HOA dues here are about $203 a month, and they cover the amenities, landscaping, and even exterior building insurance, which is something the other sections don't include. So if you're looking for something more low maintenance, more affordable, and a little simpler from a lifestyle standpoint, the villas can be a really strong option. And there's actually a fourth SunRiver community that is in the beginning stages of construction in Tokerville called Firelight, but we'll cover that more in depth as it develops. It's part of the SunRiver family, but in a location that's 25 miles north. Now, because SunRiver is a 55+ community, expenses actually matter more here than almost anywhere else, especially for people on a fixed income or planning long-term retirement living. And one of the biggest controllable costs is utilities. This is where living inside Dixie Power boundaries becomes a real advantage. Dixie Power is currently the lowest cost electricity provider in Utah, and during peak summer months, that can translate into roughly $50 to $150 a month in savings for the average homeowner. I've included a download link below that breaks down the comparison between Dixie Power and other local utility providers so you can see the difference for yourself. But it doesn't stop there. Because Dixie Power is a cooperative, it also shares profits back with its members each year, often resulting in a credit that can feel like getting close to an extra month of power for free. And when you combine that kind of savings with everyday living here, it adds up fast. For example, just across the freeway from SunRiver, you've got St. George's second Costco, which opened in March 2026. So whether it's a $1.50 hot dog or $5 rotisserie chicken, everything about day-to-day living is designed to be simple, affordable, and close. And it doesn't stop there either. Smith's grocery store and gas station sits right on the same side of I-15 as SunRiver, and it's become a go-to for residents in the community. Nearby, you're also seeing continued growth. In-N-Out is nearing completion. Les Schwab Tires is already open. Crush Golf is operating. A new Megaplex theater has been announced, and an Intermountain Healthcare clinic is now underway. All of this commercial growth is happening just minutes from SunRiver, which means residents are going to continue seeing more convenience, more options, and more value right at their doorstep. So when you zoom out, SunRiver isn't just about amenities inside the gates. It's also about how easy everyday life becomes outside the gates. Now at this point, we've covered a lot, but here's the bigger picture. Choosing the right SunRiver neighborhood isn't just about price or floor plan. It's about lifestyle fit. And that's what determines whether you're still happy living here 5 years from now. So whether you're leaning towards SunRiver, the Reflections, or the villas, I'd love to help you compare the pros and cons so you can make the right decision for your situation. And if you're thinking about making a move to Southern Utah, I'd be honored to be the realtor you work with. Just reach out using the email or phone number below, and let's get you home here in Southern Utah. If you want more breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos on neighborhoods, cost of living, healthcare, the water situation, and everything else that matters when moving here. And if you haven't yet, check out this next video where I answer the top 10 questions people ask before moving to St. George. As always, my friends, I'm Todd Carpenter, your friend in real estate. And if you've got a specific question I didn't cover, drop it in the comments. I respond to every single one personally.